Guys, Paul here from PABrewNews. Health update number 3, I believe. Just got done watching Bills. Got coffee. Gonna be leaving for work here in less than an hour. Got the kids' food. So, another 12 days, 12 working days, no drinky poo. That's good. Yay on me. Good on me. I went to the bar with 2 coworkers on Friday night, had 3 beers. Double IPA, or a West Coast IPA, and then just 2 milk stouts so I could drink them slower. And then I scooted on home perfectly fine. Saturday, unfortunately, I drank too much. I drank about 5 to 6 beers, and they were all plus 9+%. I did not feel good the next day, and there was numerous reasons and other reasons and some reasons why I did drink and should have drank and this, and especially not that much. Anywho, got a hangover, and I haven't had a hangover in a long time. So, wowie, that really hit me. And also, too, I noticed that my tolerance is nowhere near my tolerance used to be. Bags on my fucking eyes. But my tolerance is definitely nowhere near it used to be. It's a much lower tolerance now. I guess people would consider that a normal tolerance. So that's where I'm at there with a normal tolerance. I look a little flushed, to be perfectly honest, looking at the camera. I guess I'm still not hungover, obviously. That was a day and a half ago or whatever. But it took a lot out of me. It hit me pretty hard. So the need to focus on the limits. I gotta go on my limits. 3 beers. That's it. 3. That's it. Hard stop. Can't be doing this anymore. So, like I said, I have been limiting my beer to a great extent, and I haven't been drinking work days, which are 12-day stretches now. So, I got to keep this up. I got to keep it up for me, because I'm not wasting any more time hungover. Actually having a hangover, that was a pretty big doozy. After not having one like that for so long, it shows me you don't need to do this to yourself. Absolutely not. Nobody needs to be doing this to themselves. You just wasted time and you can't get it back. You had time where you felt like shit that you could have easily avoided, and you can't get that back. That time, you know what I mean? So, yep, focusing on my moderation. 3 beers tops, no drinking on work days, no more hangovers. Hashtag no more hangovers. That's definitely for me, my goal. Lady's birthday's coming up in a couple weeks, 2 weeks. We're gonna go and drink around Wellsboro. I told her, I said, you can get a hangover all you want to. You can go nuts. I'll take care of you. That is perfectly fine. It's your fucking birthday. That's fine. I'm just saying I'm gonna try not to. I'm going to drink a lot of water. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do whatever I can not to get one. And because we're going to go around and probably hit a beer at almost every establishment in Wellsboro. Not many. There isn't many. But you do what you do. You can get 2 or 3. I don't care. I'm just going to get 1, and stagger it out. Because, like I said, none more. I can't. No, not doing this in my life anymore. I'm not doing it. It was something that was, hangovers happened to me quite a bit back in the day. And I mean, some of it was just that mild little headache, not a big deal. But like stuff like that last night, no way. Or Saturday night rather, Sunday morning. No way. Not dealing with that in my life anymore. And nobody else should have to deal with someone like that in their life anymore, being sick because they're hungover. Like I said, I don't mind if she does it. It's her birthday. This is me. This is just me focusing on me. I have no negative outside influences coming at me with this issue. It's just all about me and my outpouring of energy towards other people. I'd rather worry about just making me good for me, and that'll automatically make me better for other people as well. Like I said, I really, after the first week, the beer has been easy peasy. No weird have to get a beer, nothing like that. Everything's been going really well. I need to actually step up and start really exercising. That's where I notice I need to be. Like, to get better than where I'm at now, I need to focus on walking every day, exercising every day, and that's how I'll drop more weight. So the stomach is not bulged out like the stomach used to be. So it also it's also helping me realize that I am tub-tubs. Like everything's more looser and floppy everywhere. I'm like, oh, good, because I'm not all out. So, like I said, just got to work out and start utilizing some more this time. Now I'm back on second shift and they're not working me 13's crazy. Gonna start walking in the morning, getting up early, walking, going up the hill, looking for mushrooms, just getting outside, breathing the free air. And you know, I need to get it. I didn't get a scale yet. I got to get a scale. So getting the scale. Still, as you can see, I'm still uploading to the channel, so there's still content. You know, things are going on. I might review this one later in 2 weeks. It'll be funny that I reviewed it because I already drank 3 of them, but I can't fucking remember them at all. I just remember it was like a fucking fruit bowl. So it's gonna be kind of like a it's gonna be a little bit of a new review when I do drink it from 2 weeks from now. The one thing I do remember, it was a real hop burn to it, like a real kick. So maybe 2 weeks will actually help this beer out a little bit. So I'm gonna review it in 2 weeks. I'm not gonna review it, and I'm not gonna drink any beer. I'm back to work for 12 days. So in 12 days, I will drink that, and I'll review it, and I'll put it up on the channel. So there you go. We're gonna share. Here's 4 beers right here, and I dumped some of the other ones, the ones that were just kind of laying around and hanging out. The ones that weren't the greatest or whatever, I just dumped them all out. I opened them up, I dumped them all out, get this fucking shit out of my eyes, out of my sight, just in case. I just didn't like that feeling of being hungover. I used to have a real problem with it back in the day. Not so much anymore, but I had an issue with being hungover. It was, everyone has an issue for being hungover, but I had an extra, like, added anxiety that came with it that I wasn't a fan of, so didn't have to deal with that, which is good. I just didn't like the feeling, so yeah, buttoned everything up. Things are pretty good. Everybody, other than that, everything's fucking fantastic. I'm kind of glad to a certain degree that I got hungover, so I know that we were not doing this again. That kind of thing. Like, okay, more moderation, more focus, more focus. Like, at first everything was just like, oh, I'm doing this, everything's easy, everything's fine. I nailed it. Well, I didn't yet. Didn't yet. Still work to be done. And then, of course, the gut. Still got to work on the gut. So, so there you go. Bill was talking about lost chances and this and this. Don't live your life in regret, because that's all you'll do if you do that. You can't look backwards. You can only look forwards. But you can take some really good lessons and try to apply them later. And by the way, I have never met anybody that was positive in a bar. And if they were positive for a half a night or 2 nights or 3 nights, and then they stopped being positive. So, you know what I mean? Like, I've never, you know, a door to a vista of untold joys has never opened up from someone I met at a bar. But that's only my experience. It could be different where he lives. But I need to get, I'm getting back into my musical thing. He's talking about, like, regretting not doing music. I don't do music like he does. I don't play in bands. I used to, in Permanent Midnight and stuff like that. But I like doing everything at the house, in-house, I guess you could call it. And I got all my instruments, I got all this. But the problem is I hate starting over from scratch. I don't mind starting something from scratch. That's fine. I'm getting frustrated because I'm starting over from scratch. I can't remember anything. I can't remember how to do anything. I can't remember how to hook up the recorders correctly so it doesn't sound like it's monotone. I don't know how to, like, so I have to learn everything else from scratch. It's been a decade since I really played. So I'm trying to get back into it. I have the keyboard that broke. When I was getting to the divorce, my keyboard broke. My $4,000 keyboard that I spent all this money on. You know, the car cost more than the keyboard was more valuable than my car, you know, at the time when I bought this thing. And it broke. So that's at Robert M. Sides now up in Williamsport getting fixed. So I'm probably gonna have to spend a lot of money, I don't care what they charge. That's how much the keyboard is gonna cost to get repaired. When I get it back, I'm gonna start playing with that thing again. And I need to work on some new music. So that's one of the goals in my life. And plus, I got this easel. See, I got rid of that. But there's an easel right here that I need to start lifting weights and exercising and getting that flub taken care of. But There's an easel here that needs to get paint put on it, so I need to start painting again too. So all these things, I need to decompartmentalize them. I need to clean the house, start playing music, start exercising, start painting, start this, start that, start this, start this. And I can't do any of that. Again, I'm not drinking during the work days and stuff, so I don't want to be, overcritical. But I'm just saying you can't do that if you're spending any time being hungover. So anyway, just trying to be positive, try to focus on positive shit for the future, try to get it done. But yeah, on Bill's note, trying to set some stuff up and record everything at your own house. Then you don't have to worry about paying for bands and getting rental space and doing this. If you have a computer and a mixer, you can just do everything yourself. I mean, you can get a drum track off the internet. You can sometimes, my last band, Drywee, I ripped, basically put a fucking microphone in front of my speaker and put that into a coffee can and ran that through another speaker and ran that into another, microphone in the thing. And I record everything off fucking all these free drum tracks off YouTube, record them right into my fucking computer, and I use those as the drum tracks to build the whole album off of. So there is ways to do stuff. Now, Drum Kit from Hell is another, Easy Drummer it's called. That's another downloadable thing. And you don't have to have a drum set. And you just build all your guitar tracks off that. You get a keyboard, a cheap keyboard. You can get like fucking a real cheap keyboard for $7,500, and it still works just fine to do stuff with. And just make your own little albums. If you make a whole album and you put some vocals on it, or you find a buddy that's a good singer, you put it all on there, you like it, go to Mixonic.com. Get 50 CD copies released. Start putting them in fucking record stores or music stores in your area, or give them to friends. Music is definitely a black hole for money. I've wasted more money. I can't say I wasted time because I got stuff out of it. I have albums. I have a bunch of stuff. I have this. I've never gotten money. It's not about that. You know what I mean? That's the other thing, is like he said about his buddies playing music and wasting their lives. I mean, there's a lot of people who have a good job, a full life, and also still play in bars and wineries and stuff like that on the side. But it's not a waste because they enjoy doing it, that kind of thing. So you have to know where you're. I mean, that's the other thing, is I guess put your effort to where your passion is, and not where your wallet goes, thinks it should go. Put where your heart goes, I guess. If I don't like painting, I'm not going to paint. If I don't like playing music, I'm not playing music. But if I like painting, I don't care if I sell it. If I like playing music, I don't care if I make money off of it. I guess that kind of thing. Now, is that financially a good idea? Probably not. So if you're not financially successful or financially set to do those things, I wouldn't do them. But it's a little weird. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I love traveling. I wish I could travel and hit all the different, scenic locations, dive bars, dives, diners, drives, dive-ins, vistas, campgrounds, and I wish that I could just do that. If I could have that as a job, that'd be great. The PA Outdoors Couple, it's one of the things that we do. But financially, we can't do it that much because we're not financially good for it. So we want to do it, and we plan in the future to go and hit this and hit that and hit this now and again, but we can't do it constantly because we just can't fucking afford it. So, especially with gas going up now too. But that's why stay at home, forage mushrooms, go fishing, paint paintings, and I mean stuff like that. You got to work within your little area. You know what I mean? You got to work within your constraints. So anyway, and if you don't like where you live, definitely change it. If you don't like who you're with, definitely change it. It's the way it is. It might not sound very nice, but you got to make a change. You got to be happy with where you are in life. It doesn't matter where you live or where you work or who you're with or what you're doing. Everybody needs that reaffirmation of why I'm doing this and why I like doing it or why I'm putting up with this, that kind of thing. So, and yes, there's been shit tons of times in my life where I wish I'd made a better choice, or if hindsight was 20/20 and the whole thing, like I could go back and this, or I could make that person do this or this. It is what it is. But you got to learn lessons. You got to move. You got to apply those things that you learned, and not keep making the same mistake over and over again. I think that's where, for me, is a big time of just keep doing that over again and fuck it up. Apply them and live a better life. But anyway, this has been Paul of PABrewNews. See you in 2 weeks. Cheers. Bye-bye. Watch that finger.